Hello and welcome, PocketWatch here, and it's about time for yet another episode of Fata Morgana. So, we are going to continue, and thank you for all of your comments under the previous episodes. Apparently, the weird disruption in the backlog is intentional. I'm very curious why, and why this is like actually a thing. So for now I have no idea what to make out of this, but sooner or later probably game will tell me, or maybe I will figure something out. But apparently this is supposed to happen. I'm really curious about that. So with that, I think we'll just go to the episode and see how the story will follow. So let's go. Yep, we just saw the stuff. And we're back to our like present, I would say, right? Master, please wake up. Return to me. Have you come to Master? I apologize for sending you through the door without warning. It must have given you quite the scare. But I beg your forgiveness. I heard a terrible screaming from down the stairs and I panicked. Yeah, we heard that. True. You say you saw the white-haired girl? I see. So you made it into the world beyond the door before me. I'm deeply relieved that I was able to take your hand before losing sight of you. I presume you have already grown familiar with the atmosphere of this time period, Master? If you have seen her, as you said, then you should have a basic grasp of the situation. Yeah, we do. She was a very misfortunate girl in this era, accused of being a witch, abused and persecuted. Her life was in constant danger. It was again her appearance that brought this upon her. The snow-white hair and those ruby red eyes clearly differentiated her from everyone else. Oh, and I apologize. I neglected to mention this door is unique. Okay, I mean, it's clearly unique because it's not from the perspective of the master of the house of the time period, but from the perspective of the white-haired girl. Unless she's the master, then it's still the master thing, but I mean, master of that time period. But Michael is the master. Right? Probably. As I assume. It is for what sets it apart. That will be made clear as we proceed. The one difference is in this time period. The tales I have shown you began with that of the beautiful flaxen-haired family, followed by the tale of the bloodthirsty beast, and then the tale of steel and ambition, proceeding in chronological order. However, this door we have just entered takes us to the period now known as Middle Ages, long before the other three tales. Yeah, that's the other thing why this is unique. Like I said, it's like 600 years before the first door. Yes, this is correct. This is where it all began. Oh, this is actual beginning? Yeah, okay. So, okay, yeah, I was just continuing. Yeah, I said before, like, what if like white-haired girl or something? So, I said like, I'm not sure if that was about white-haired girl or someone else or like in general, but I was like making a theories. What if like the first door is not the first? You know, like what if like this whole thing with white-haired girl is happening like even before, right? Stuff like this. So I was correct, and this is actual beginning, at least according to the maid. So there should be nothing before it. Actually, this is like actually the beginning. But on the other hand, why we have Michael here then? Shouldn't we have a backstory for him? Huh. Dimension Curse, the truth of the witch, and your identity Oh. Okay. White-haired girl Fury as the current protagonist. Maybe? All of this should be made known. Also, apparently, my theory about like descendants of the white-haired girl have plot holes, basically. I didn't thought about this, so I don't know what do you exactly mean. I didn't have time to really like, you know, theory craft about this. I mean, it's not Umineko, come on. I kinda don't want to make like 50 hours of streams to like figure like something out, okay? Especially when the game will tell me, actually, eventually. Will give me answers. So I like to theory craft during the episodes, giving my little thoughts and ideas, but I don't want to like really dive extremely deep like I did with Umineko. Who knows? Maybe I will find these holes in the plot, but yeah. Dimension yeah. All of this should be made known. If after this tale you are still unable to reclaim your old self, there's nothing more I can do. Oh, there's still possibility that we will not know? Oh, maybe I should actually Fury craft that. This door contains the last tale I'm able to tell you. So I ask of you, please do not let go of my hand until it's all over. Okay, also we have the promise that we made with the person in the painting, right? We are supposed to find someone, like his friend, right? Or something, if I'm correct. So we might find who's the man in the painting as well, in this door. Now then, let us begin a beautiful, tragic love story of two solitary souls trapped in the mansion of darkness. In that era, the mansion was a dungeon, trapped in darkness. After a great deal of time on the run, the white-haired girl found herself at a remote mansion that stood in dark, overgrown forest. All the windows were either boarded or shuttered, and it was even darker inside the house than out. Not even a ray of moonlight could enter those walls. Only naturally, the white-haired girl had assumed that nobody lived here. But her guess was incorrect. Someone did indeed dwell in the house. It was a young man named Michael. Though she could not make out the details of his face in the candlelight, she thought him a very handsome man. However, he proclaimed to her that a witch resided within the mansion and that he too was cursed. Everyone who got close to him lost their lives. Yeah. And this is apparently the thing, that this mansion is always cursed. I wonder like if this curse is actually connected to the person, like to white-haired girl, let's say, or it's only connected to the mansion, you know? Like, would like this curse make effect if like they wouldn't live in this mansion? Like white-haired girl would like live with like, let's say, Jacopo somewhere else? Like everything would be fine or not? I wonder like if this is actually attached to the person or this is attached only to the place. Because everything bad happened was always in this mansion. These are the memories of the mansion, as the mate said before. Like in the like very early episodes. It's not the memories of the white-haired girl. So my microphone is too loud, I think, sometimes. Well, I will make it later. It will be correct. Do you think that what he told her was all nonsense? A lie devised to chase her out of the house? No, we saw it happening all the time in the future. The truth of the matter shall come to light in time. Despite Michael's assertions, the white-haired girl decided she would take up residence within the mansion. Also, we need to like consider at the time. These are the Middle Ages. What people consider as the curse, as a witch, right? They chase white-haired girl probably just because she have like unusual appearance, and they call her a witch. So why would Michael call this place and himself cursed? I would say, okay, just a quick idea. Curse in the Middle Ages could mean some kind of a disease, for example, and this could be contagious. So what I think is that Michael says like, if you will be with me, I will eventually make you killed and stuff like this. And he says he's cursed. So I would assume that in the Middle Ages, this is some kind of like new disease that people didn't knew or and couldn't like actually fix. And he just locked himself up here, being afraid of other people and actually harming everyone. And then he's like warning her that he's cursed. He don't understand he's ill, and he just say that he's cursed and I may kill you, because it happened probably before. Like people got the same disease as him, and they thought like, oh my god, he's spreading the curse. You know, this is my idea about this, because these are like very like Middle Ages, and that like the newly found disease is the thing that I have in mind if I think about curses at that time. Okay, let's go. This is just my like grain of like idea. Despite Michael's assertions, the white-haired girl decided she would take up residence within the mansion. This era, white-haired girl was younger than the others. She was still in her early teens, young enough to be seen as still a child. But she was neither as self-centered nor irresponsible as you might expect it of someone her age. She was very delicate and reserved, and acted with a great deal of modesty and restraint. The what? The accusations? Okay, accusations. Oh, okay, I should read it later. The accusations of her being a criminal and a sinner were grossly inappropriate. Nevertheless, she was still chased from her home, barely managing to flee to this mansion with her life. What about her parents? Probably dead. Now, the white-haired girl, though, thought it would be rude to simply take up space in the mansion, so she chased down the master, Michael, and asked, is there anything I can do to help? I will clean or cook or do anything, just let me know. Yeah. I want to repay you for allowing me to stay here. You need not feel indebted to me, yeah. After all, I'm going to kill you, like I said, sooner or later. The weight of the obligation will only turn into disdain. But I can't just stay here and do nothing. Do whatever you like. As long as you are not taking out the curtains and let the like light in. You do not enter my room. Oh. Okay. That's very specific. I mean, okay, I guess like everyone's privacy. That is all I ask of you. He said emotionlessly, turning away and walking off. Micah was not, I believe, sprung her. He was merely disinterested. Huh. What if the backstory we saw in the master bedroom is this one? Huh. What if Michael was the master here and the white-haired girl, because she's like really a little bit more assertive in this time period. Maybe that was her actually. not the maid. In the master bedroom illusion that we saw. Maybe that was from this. Ah. Michael was not, I believe, sprung her. He was merely disinterested. He did not treat her disrespectfully, nor did he seem averse to her presence. Or it simply did not seem to affect him at all. Not only was the mansion a prison for his body was also a prison ensnaring his heart. I should still do whatever I can. But she did not let that get her down. In fact, she might have even interpreted his disinterest as kindness. Though he was a bit standoffish, he did not attempt to cause her harm. He was nothing like the people who had accused her of being a witch and forced her to flee for her life. And she was deeply grateful for that. Thus began their quiet life together. Michael, who avoided contact with others, and the white-haired girl, who had taken a great deal of abuse from others. Those people who knew hardly anything about one another, who were too distant to really be said to be living together. Michael spent most of his day in his chambers, so they only ever saw each other occasionally, and they hardly even spoke. Though they stayed in the same house, they both still lived solitary lives. Yeah, Michael is very secretive. Nonetheless, the white-haired girl wanted to get to know Michael better. She wanted to know why he called himself cursed. Yeah, I'm very interested in this as well. I might make theory about that, but who knows? Why? Why he lived alone in this dark mansion? How many days? How many years he had spent here in solitude? That's a good question. How many years? And while she waited for the opportunity, she also started doing things around the house. The first project she set out to take care of was cleaning. Windows were all firmly shut. Her only source of light was candles. For whatever reason, there was a great deal of candles stored in the cellar. Okay, sure, why not? She wondered where on earth he had acquired so many, but she never found the opportunity to ask him. Yeah, I'm curious about this. It was difficult to even see all the dust and cobwebs with only candlelight, and considering the poor airflow through the house, she was afraid her efforts were going to be in vain. Oh, because yeah, dust will not have like place to go or something, right? Still, she persisted, swooping and wiping things down, one room at a time. Also, if you think about this, cobwebs and a lot of candles are a very bad combination. You do not want to mix these two. Please do not burn this house down while cleaning. Eventually, she made her way to the library. The dust that had settled there was much heavier than any other room. With each breath, she had to fight back coughs. It was not a room one would normally be comfortable spending much time in, but the sign of so many bulky volumes lining the shelves sent her heart aflutter with delight. They are books. Yeah, probably unusual thing during the times. Only probably like rich people could afford them, right? Incredible. Real books. Yeah. The white-haired girl had never seen a book before. She had heard people describe them, but that was the first time she'd ever seen one for herself. Parchment was a very valuable commodity in that era. It was something monks and scholarly priests made use of, and not a material one could easily acquire with some degree of social rank. Without some degree, yeah. Books were not printed with machines, but copied by hand. Right, they had scribes. Yeah, that's true. A single volume took an incredible amount of work to create. Even the process of binding was an art. Standing before a shelf, she stared intently at the spines. There's so much dust. Does he not read any of them? Yeah, for some reason he did not. Unless he already finished them all. Just a peek. Just a tiny little peek. Depending how old these books are, they might crumble in your hand. So if that happens, don't worry. Yeah, they are valuable, but you could not know. She said, making excuses to the empty room as she reached her hand towards one of the books. The tome that caught her eye was on the upper shelf. It bore gorgeous jade. It bore gorgeous jade embossing and looked like it belonged in a treasure chest. Almost. Though she tended to act older than her age, the white-haired girl was still in her early teens and not especially tall. Even standing tiptoe, it was still just barely within reach. At long last, her slender fingers made contact with the spine, and she began to pull the book towards her. The library had sat abandoned for some time, causing the covers to stick together. Oh, a lot of books will fall down. Okay, please be safe. So when she attempted to pull one out, several others tilted with it. And then, almost all the books on the shelf came avalanching down onto her. Ow, 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 ow. Yep, heavy books. The white-haired girl groaned, buried under the mountain of parchment. She hoped she had not damaged any of her host's valuable collection, for the mess was enough of the seatback already in her attempts to express her gratitude. Yeah, he doesn't care about them. Otherwise, there wouldn't be that dusty and, like, just covered. Also, how old they must be and not being moved if they, like, get stick together, basically. How old? At this mention. Looking around, she saw one volume that was almost torn in half. She did not know whenever it was in condition before, or if it had happened in the fall. But nonetheless, she felt horribly guilty. Sitting there, unable to get back to her feet, tears began welling in her eyes. Then suddenly, a shadow fell over the dejected girl. Oh, Michael found her. It's a book in a... It took a book in its hand and returned it to the shelf. With a brief moment, the shadow hand reached hesitantly toward the white-haired girl, then changed course towards another book. Okay. So he wanted to help her, but decided not to touch her. Okay. It was Michael. There was a hint of perplexity in his otherwise emotionless eyes. Perhaps he had heard the noise and came to see what what had caused it. I'm so sorry, your books, What were you doing? I'm sorry, I wasn't trying to make a mess. I didn't mean to damage such precious books. There's no need to panic. I'm sorry. You make it sound as though I'm admonishing you. What? Did you want to read a book? I do, but that's not what I originally came here to clean. Clean? Yes. I feel guilty simply being idle. I did say you could do as you pleased, but you have no responsibility to clean anything. Yeah, but you said like she can do anything, so that's what she's gonna do. I just ended up making a bigger mess anyway. I'm so... No need to apologize. Okay. If you want to read, help yourself to any of the books. But I don't know how to read. Oh, is he going to teach her? I just thought the cover was pretty, so I wanted to hold it. You're free to use them however you wish. Oh, I'm not going to teach her. Okay, never mind. If looking at them is enough for you, by all means. These are all your books, aren't they? They are... That's incredible. You have so many. Wait, they are? He didn't finish. He didn't say they are mine. They are something. Also, yeah. Why is this happening? I'm so curious about this. Oh my god. This is like eating me alive. You are free to them, however, if... Oh my god. It must have taken you a long time to acquire them all. One per month. What? My family sends me one every month. Holy crap. How many years are you here? Damn. Every month? The white-haired girl turned her gaze back towards the shelves, squinting her eyes and began to count. When she finished, she was in the way. The next series of the 100 books on the shelves. Usually had lived here in solitude for many years. Yeah. She was at a loss of words. They are dull tomes, dreadfully inoffensive and not even interesting enough to waste a few hours with. Decorations is all they're good for. I see. It still would be interesting for her to read if she never had a book before. If I can put them to some use, then perhaps my having them won't be entirely meaningless anymore. I'm going to return to my room. Don't feel obligated to clean up. Just a minute. Was there something else? Also, what is this? Huh. Okay. Could you tell me your name? We know his name, but I guess, like, he never introduced himself. Yeah, I guess so. I just realized I never asked for your name. Not knowing what to call you will make conversation awkward. You don't need my name to... I want to, though. Also... I guess, like... You can read this as Michelle, I guess. Like you said in the comments, like, there's like French pronunciation, right? Michelle, Michelle. Michelle feels weird to read. Michelle. Maybe I will call him. Maybe I will go with the middle ground and I will call him Michel. Not Michelle, because it just like doesn't feel like it's his name. I don't know. Maybe Michel. Michael is like two nowadays, I think. Okay, Michael. Okay. Michael, like the Archangel, yeah. The name suits you quite well. It suits me. It does. Although it's difficult to see in the dark, you seems to be a very handsome man, if you think of your name. I beg to differ. Giving me his name is the highest form of mockery. I expect the real Archangel is probably rather annoyed by it. I don't know. Also, Michael, it's your turn. Ask white-haired girl for her name. Please give me... I think it's a wonderful name. And your... Come on. Yes. Yes. No, never mind. Oh, for fuck's sake. Come on. Oh, my name. My name is... I was right! Fuck yeah! Oh my god. If you would not go to the window first in one of the previous scenes, you would have no idea about this. But you could figure this out because of the window scene. Hell yes. Okay. Giselle. Ah. One Fury. Down. It was good. Nice. Please call me Giselle. Also, oh, this is interesting. Her name is also blanked. Her name is blanked. Why though? Ah. Oh, thank God this. For what? That I was able to get your name and talk to you for a little bit. We haven't seen much of each other since I first arrived, so I'm glad that I got to hear your voice. So I'm like checking instantly this, but I want to see when something changes actually. So very glad. You gain nothing by speaking to me. You have no responsibility to do so, and there's no need for you to feel joy about it. I'm not pleased out of some sense of responsibility or necessity. It's just depressing not being able to have conversation with someone living in the same house. You do not understand me at all. As I said on the first day, my curse will one day kill you. But I'm still alive, aren't I? Yeah, that's why he said one day. You're welcome to believe I'm lying, or that I'm merely out of my mind. But it will be too late when you realize the truth. I'll be fine, I'm sure. And even if I do die because of your curse, I promise I won't hold a grudge. Also, these blanks were pretty common before. See? Everywhere it's like blanks, and now, after we learned her name that was also blanked, we have no more blanks, at least for now. This is interesting. Did it change something? Huh. Or maybe this is just coincidence. Well, I will see later. Could you possibly be keeping away from me out of concern? No, I have no interest in interacting with anyone. I would like to interact with you. If you don't mind, that's it. As I told you, you have nothing to gain from that. I have nothing, not even words, to give you. Well, we are speaking. My body is but a shell, even if I were not cursed. Ooh. You feel like a dead man already, huh? My presence would be note, but cause you discomfort. I don't think that's true. I don't believe that there's anyone in this world with absolutely nothing. There's plenty inside of you. You simply haven't noticed yet. Wow, this is like with the beast. This is like with the beast. And still no blanks. Huh. And not all of it will only cause all this pain either. If you truly believe those words, then you are a foolhardy girl. How can you trust someone you only just met? For that matter, how do you not resent anyone? Also, that's interesting that we still call the white-haired girl as the white-haired girl and not Giselle. This is interesting. First of all, the Giselle name is blanked when she said that. And we still don't call her Giselle here. What can this indicate? . . 。 . 。 . 。 . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . What if... Okay, I don't think I want to go and check every single conversation now. But what if the blanks are lies? What if her name is not Giselle? That's why it's blank. And we don't call her the Giselle in the box of the characters speaking. Because we cannot call her Giselle because she's not a Giselle. Is that it? Are the blanks lies? Huh. Huh. So far there was nothing blanked though. Interesting. I can take a guess as to why people call you a witch and why you had to flee all the way to this mansion. Your white hair and red eyes. Yeah, they're like mine, huh? That abnormal, seemingly inhuman appearance to their condemnation. But I can think of any number of reasons they might have started treating you less than human. Perhaps people around you experienced misfortune, or perhaps there was a natural disaster, a famine, a plague, some kind of external phenomenon. And you were their scapegoat. Probably the same happened to you, huh? Yes, you are by and large correct. Then, what will make me as unworthy of your trust as anyone else? That would make me, yeah. I make no claim to having your interests in mind. Goodbye. If you don't mind, could you teach me how to read sometime? Yes! Did you listen? I think I said. Yeah, but still it doesn't matter to me. Listen, yes. I have no intention of idolizing you. I don't accept you to do anything for me. And I don't wish to burden you in any way. Still no blanks. Blanks stopped after we heard the name Giselle. This is interesting. I wonder if this is just a coincidence and this part of text is supposed to have blanks, or it's related. I guess, like, when I will check from time to time, then I will see if we'll get blanks or not. I simply wish to be allowed to be at your side. It does not matter to me what kind of person you may be. That is all I want. I apologize to keeping you. Please consider it if it's not too much trouble. As the master of the house, Michael, made his way out of the library, he appeared to be slightly rattled. Perhaps the white-haired determination had ignited something in his chained heart. Oh! There's blanks! And I forgot what exact word there was. Please consider it, I think? If it does not too much trouble. Consider, trouble... Interesting. Or perhaps it was something else. She started onward. She stared towards the darkness into which Michael has disappeared. Then she carefully wrapped her arms around the jade-embossed tome. A soft smile spread across her lips. He's a decent man, I'm sure of it. We're alike, he and I. And thus began to blossom within her a faint sense of fellowship, as someone who also knew solitude. That was a very interesting conversation. So apparently her name is Giselle. She said it herself, but on the other hand, I have new theory when I think she's not a Giselle. I wonder if like my new theory is going to be correct or just like her name is just Giselle and I'm just like overthinking stuff as usual. He is. Oh, I'm sure of it. Oh, that was blanked as well. Huh. I'm so curious. I'm so curious how this will go. Anyway, that's it for this episode. Thank you everyone for being with me. Leave your comments down below. Leave a like if you liked the episode. Subscribe for more. Check my Discord. You can also become a member if you'd like to support me and also see the episodes earlier. Thank you once again for watching. This is so far a really interesting door, and I hope to see how the relationship will grow. What will happen? Will she actually die or not? Or like what? Yeah, like in general. Anyway, thank you everyone for being with me, for watching, and I'll see you next one. So for now, Pocket Watch is going out.